Hello and welcome to Salford.
What's coming up on the programme today?
Can you be gay and Christian? A Salford church has started hosting monthly evening services to encourage LGBT members back to Christianity.
In the case of LGBT people, quite often people have been given the impression that God doesn't love them because of the way they are. And we want to completely refute that God loves everybody and accepts us as we are.
The Lowry Theatre are opening their doors this winter to make way for paintings from a famous artist.
And hedgehogs at Field Park, why a Salford University Society are dedicated to protecting this spiky species.
Do you guys get told to do this or did you choose?
We find Co-op Academy in Swinton face another day of no school today as teachers strike. Criticism of pedantic school rules has left parents frustrated.
Our reporter Aaron Benzoe is at the school with more. So Aaron, what's been happening?
Yes, Annie, so I'm at the Co-op Academy High School where the strike will be held yet again. Now, the teachers are complaining of how they say how the school is being run. The UWT is a teachers union that is helping the teachers in the strike action. Parents are also concerned in how their children are being treated with the lack of lunch break times. The strike action is set to last for 3 days, but not all classes and halls will be empty, as some year groups will be attending school. The Co-op Academy Trust have said this: "We are also improving standards at Co-op Academy Swinton. The changes we've made in the year is a response to the feedback from parents and students."
Thank you, Aaron. Aaron Benzo there, live from Swinton Academy. Now, could the church do more to appeal to LGBT plus Christians? A study by the campaign group Stonewall says a third of gay, bi or trans people don't feel they can be open with their faith.
Well, the Sacred Trinity Church in Salford wants to encourage more people to come to the church. Charlotte Hardman has been speaking to them.
For many young LGBT plus people who grow up as members of the Christian faith, churches are often seen as places where they won't be particularly welcome or accepted. However, this is something that Andy Salmon, rector of Sacred Trinity Church on Chapel Street in Salford, is passionate about changing.
Primarily, the reason we do Open Table is essentially so that people know that they are loved by God. But in the case of LGBT people, quite often people have been given the impression that God doesn't love them because of the way they are. And we want to completely refute that God loves everybody and accepts us as we are.
This kind of acceptance has been incredibly important for people like Jay Neville, who strayed away from religion when he realised he was transgender.
I'm still making sense of that. I recently have returned to Christianity after many years of feeling exiled. I have still quite a lot of, personal wounds related to the humans of the church. Yet, my personal relationship with God is one of pure love and unconditional acceptance. If you left it to me, I would not be trans. I'm not doing this for a laugh. This is what God has called me to do. It's who God has called me to be. And, I answered that call.
While some LGBT+ people may still need time to process their own feelings on their faith, events like this hope to highlight that there is a place for all who want one within the church. Charlotte Hardman, Salford Now.
Art galleries across the country have lost visitors in the last years due to coronavirus lockdown. However, things are looking up as a showcase that took 45 years to make has come to the Lowry.
Along with this, some pieces will be hung next to the famous L.S. Lowry's work. New folks went down to find out a little bit more.
His work hangs alongside his heroes. In a new exhibition, Jock McFadden's paintings are sharing the walls with Salford's most famous artist, L.S. Lowry.
An overview of their career. So you have the beginning, the middle and the end. Hopefully I'm going to chug along for a bit longer, but I feel certainly as if it's like seeing my life pass before my eyes, yes.
The showcase is a penultimate exhibition in a series to mark Jock's 70th birthday. Both Jock and Larry are known for their paintings of societal margins and things that the everyday person would tend to ignore. To celebrate this, here at the Lowry, the exhibition will showcase a room featuring both artists side by side to show visual comparisons.
Jock is an unashamed admirer of Lowry's work, but also Lowry's approach to his subject matter. I think he describes Lowry and him as both being part of what he would call the awkward squad.
Alongside Lowry, it's an honour because I'm one of Lowry's fans. And, Lowry is not one of those artists who is liked very much by the art establishment. He's seen as an outsider, and he's sort of been written out of the story of art, which is it seems an odd thing to say because he's such a popular artist, but he's one of those artists who got a high profile because of public demand. But the art establishment don't see a place for Lowry at all.
They're hoping for thousands of visitors to make up for the footfall lost due to COVID.
Well, I suppose I'd like people to respond to it. Even if it's a negative response, I would be quite interested.
What I want people to do with any exhibition that I'm ever involved in, and I want them to feel something.
Be sure to catch a glimpse before the end of the show. New folks, Salford Now.
The hedgehog-friendly campus scheme in Salford is running surveys to monitor the species population, as well as making their habitat safer. Our reporter Matthew Spink followed their group of the assessment of Peel Park.
The University of Salford is working towards a silver accreditation for their hedgehog-friendly campus scheme to protect the endangered animals down in Peel Park. Marta Strzelka has set up the survey events.
So generally the aim of the surveys is first of all to make sure that if there are any threats, anything that could harm hedgehogs on our campus, that we are able to quickly identify that and mitigate it. As far as we know, none of those threats are there at the moment. Our campus is monitored quite closely all the time, but from time to time it's good to just basically double check.
Looking for locations to set up the hedgehog huts and highways was one of the main focuses of the night, as well as hoping to be lucky enough to come across one of the adorable mammals in person. Holly Broadhurst was one of the hedgehog experts who took part in the campus survey on Friday night.
So the importance of it is mainly to just tell people about hedgehogs, tell them where they are, because they're nocturnal species, so people generally don't see them. They're not really aware that they're in the gardens or that they're there. So we just want to, the main aim for us is to campaign to help people understand why they're declining, what we can do to help them, and also to aid in their health.
The hedgehog population has declined up to 50% since the year 2000, with less than 1 million of them still alive in the UK today. This is why campaigns and surveys such as this one are so vital in order for the spiky species to survive. Matthew Spink, Salford Now.
After 20 years, Buell Hill Park Mansion has started its renovation. But should the £5 million spent on its restoration transform the building into a music venue, museum or anything else? Our reporter Courtney Davis took a trip down to see what the locals think the building should be used for and if they can get behind the build.
If you've taken a stroll through Buell Hill Park, you are likely to be familiar with Buell Hill Mansion. It opened in 1827, and as we step into autumn, the building has taken its next step with its £5 million renovations, starting on the roof. So what do the people of Salford think about it?
I think it would make an excellent hotel meeting room and something like that, especially with the RHS Garden Centre coming to Salford.
It's an eyesore, that's the thing. Half time when you walk around here, and it should be more bubbly with people around and all that, but I don't know, I'm not the one who can control what can be done with it. But
anything that kind of uplifts the area I'm very interested in, so I am really pleased to see that they are doing some renovations. I'd be excited to see what it turns into.
Said it'd be a really cool gig venue to put on live music and stuff.
Or like an ice cream parlour maybe.
Or an ice cream parlour, yeah.
It's got character.
Or just open to the public just for tours and stuff.
Renovation work started here at Buell Hill Mansion yesterday. The Grade 2 listed building has been closed for 2 decades, but prior to that it was used as a mining museum and for military purposes. The work is hoping to be complete by 2023. Courtney Davis, Salford Now.
Now, on to the weather. Have you got a birthday party coming up that you're desperate to have in your back garden? Or maybe you wanted to take a walk down Peel Park with the sun beaming down on you. Sadly, scattered showers are expected for the rest of the week.
Thanks for getting our hopes up, Fergus. Temperatures are expected to drop in the next few days. However, the weekend will at least be that little bit warmer.
Classic autumn, am I right, Annie?
And that's that. It's time for our show to come to an end.
Make sure you catch us on all of the socials at Salford Now, and we will see you very, very soon. But make sure you check out all the latest stories on salfordnow.co.uk. Goodbye.
Goodbye.